Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video I will be making a stainless Sanmai hunting knife. This is a piece of W1 tool steel that I forged out in surface ground. So it's a nice, clean, high carbon steel that's going to make a nice cutting edge for our blade. So this is going to be the core of our billet, and then I'm going to have pieces of 4/16 stainless on each side of it to make up the stainless cladding of the stainless Sanmai. It'll give it a nice cool effect, and it will also help prevent the blade from rusting, because stainless stains less. You know, that's kind of how it goes. Alright, so here's our starting materials for the billet. This is that W1. It's right about 3/16 thick, and these are both 4/16 stainless, and these are about 1/4 inch thick. Everything has been surface ground, so it's nice and clean and flat. So I'm just going to layer this up with the W1 in the middle, the stainless on the outsides, and then this is a little bit different from normal Sanmai or normal Damascus, because the stainless steel will not weld if there's any oxygen present. That means I've just got to MIG weld all the seams all the way around. That's not a problem. Just got to get everything nice and airtight so that we don't get any air in there that could mess up the weld. Alright, I got this bar drawn out, forged into a bar. I'm going to now start forging out our hunter. Going to go to the power hammer, forging our point, and then start forging out the rest of the blade. Alright, I'm just going to use the power hammer to start forging in our tip. Nice and gentle. Don't want to go crazy. Don't want to distort it too much or, break the layers apart. Just forging our tip down nice and easy. Trying not to get too aggressive. Alright, that's a little cold to keep working it. If I work it too much more, I'm going to risk breaking the welds. Now that I have a rough preform, I can start to clean it up with the hammer. I'm going to drive the tip to one side. Okay, so now I can start to forge my bevels in. I'm going to forge them in on the opposite side, or on the same side as the tip is now, this side, which is counterintuitive, but as I forge it, the tip will swing back up. I'm just going to use the edge of the hammer there with the edge of the anvil, match it up there. I need to get more heat. Go over to the other side. I'm going to keep forging the bevels out, doing the same thing I was doing before, just all the way down the blade. As I do this, the tip will begin to curve back up. I want to work both sides evenly to keep the core centered, because the core's not centered, it's not going to look right. We're going to have stainless on our cutting edge. Before I forge anymore, I'm going to let this cool down and take it to the grinder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in a bit of a ladder pattern. I want to have more chaos going on the edge. I want more of a pattern to it. Because right now, if you imagine it, it's just kind of straight layers. When I grind into it, there's just going to be kind of a straightish line going around where you can see the difference between the stainless and the W1 core. But if I go in and cut some grooves and then forge it back flat, you'll have a cool kind of laddery looking pattern in there, and it's going to be a lot more interesting. Alright, the forging's done. Now I'm just bringing it up to heat one more time, doing a nice forge side normalizing, and then we'll go into the oven for some thermal cycles. I gave the knife a quick profile grind. Now we're going to go into the oven. I'm going to do 3 thermal cycles. The first one's going to be at 1650 degrees, the second one's going to be at 1450 degrees, and the third one's going to be at 1350 degrees. That's just going to refine and relax the grain of the steel, so that we're going to have a nice tight grain and a nice tough blade in the end. Alright, the knife's been thermal cycled. Now it's time to throw it in the oven again for hardening. We're going to bring it up to 1475 degrees, hold it there for like maybe 5 minutes, and then quench it in some oil. Alright, the knife's done tempering. It did 2 2-hour cycles at 380 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I'm going to go clean up the profile a little bit just to take off some decarb, and then I'm going to go grind the bevels in. So I've got the knife over here on our granite plate with the height gauge, and I'm just going to go and mark off the edge with a Sharpie. That's just going to make it a little bit easier for us to see the scribe line or the center line. You can use like Dicam or layout fluid, but I've got a Sharpie and it works just fine. So I've got this set to half the blade's thickness, so I should be able to get a nice center line, scribe from one side, scribe from the other. And there we go, we've got a line right down the center, so I can go and grind to that line, and I'm going to know our edge is nice and straight. Alrighty, got that blade ground up. It's just at like a 400 grit Trizact finish right now. We'll take it higher by hand sanding later on, but now we're going to do test etch to finish out this video, just to give you an idea what this pattern is going to look like in the end. So I'm just going to give it a couple seconds in the ferric, just to get a nice etch on the surface. That should be enough. There you go. As you can see, it's a pretty striking pattern. One side's a little crazier than the other, but we've got our W1 all the way along the edge. There's a few places where the stainless gets close, and I might have to go back and grind that out just a little bit, but definitely a cool pattern. Looks real nice. Alrighty, so this is where I'm going to end this first video in this build series. Hopefully we can wrap it up in two episodes, but it might take a third. Not quite sure yet. I'm trying to do a video every week, so we'll see. I think I should be able to get this done in the next week. So I'm happy with it. I would have liked to have more chaos on the other side, but that's just the way it goes. It's got the W1 down the edge in all but like 1 or 2 places, so I might have to go back and just grind a little bit more just to get through that. Obviously we want the hard high carbon steel all the way down the cutting edge just so it holds up over time. Fun little blade. I'll have to have a nice think about what I'm going to do for the guard and the handle and all that. If you've got any ideas, put them down in the comments. Thanks for watching. This video is coming out on my birthday. So if you're watching the day I put this out, it's my birthday. One of the things you could do that I would appreciate is like subscribe, like the video. Obviously that stuff helps me out. A lot of you will have noticed I am monetized now, so there are ads on my videos. I am making money from that. It's not a ton, but it's, you know, it's some. It's helping. So I know the ads are annoying, and hopefully at some point I won't be so worried about money and I will be able to take the ads off entirely. But I'm not to that point yet, so for now, just bear with me, bear with the ads. I know they're annoying, but that's just the way the game's played, and I'm choosing to play the game. So that's really all I've got. This guy, I like it. I should have a video on hopefully finishing this guy up next week. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. And go make something. Doesn't need to be a knife. Make something, anything. Be creative. Think about the impact of your actions and creativity and creation of art and beauty and functional things. I don't really know where I was going with that. Just think, be creative, be awesome. I know you already are. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, that's sharp.